Man, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video today. You're going with me to get my hair cut, actually. So I'm gonna cut the video at some point, and I'm just gonna have like a new fresh fade. So yeah, just be prepared for that. But man, I'm back in California. It's good to be back home from that tiny place in New Mexico. But you know what? I kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I would never miss that place, but I think I miss the people more than I miss the place. Honestly, I can't even say that. I just miss my two friends that I got out there. That's what I do miss. Go if you gonna go, bitch. My bad. But yeah, I want to talk to you about self-motivation, and you got to be motivated to do everything you possibly can to get to where you want to be in life. But without further ado, let's get into this video.
Before we lit this shit, we dreamed it. Always felt this shit coming, but I just couldn't see it. I ain't see it. Hey, I ain't believe it. Before we lit this shit, we dreamed it. Always felt this shit coming, but I just couldn't see it. You told me I was gonna get rich, I wouldn't believe that I come from motherfucking starving and fiending.
What's going on, everybody? But on a serious note, I want to apologize for not posting as much as I should have been. My whole family came down with COVID, and I'm the only one that didn't get sick. I had it way back in July, so it's just like trying to take care of them, trying to make sure everybody else is safe, make contacts out. So honestly, the other measures today: wash your hands, wear your mask, be safe, keep the 6 distance. It is no joke. This is no hoax, bro. Like, and plus, I'm getting sick of all this lockdown and everything else. Like, so please, for the love of God, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask, all that good shit. Social distance. Be healthy, be smart. But let's get back to the rest of this video. I think all of us at some point in our life, we lack the self-motivation to accomplish what we're trying to achieve. For example, like right now, it's like this whole waiting game with playing football. Like, mind you, I am a senior, and I've already finished my senior season last year. So it's just like playing this waiting game, trying to play football professionally now. It's so incredibly hard because you're playing the waiting game, and COVID is playing a whole part of this. It's like, where do you find your motivation from? Like, he's like, the motivation comes from within, and then the people around you. Like, surround yourself with people that are like that got that mentality. Like, okay, we're not gonna stop. Like, we're just gonna keep the ball rolling. We're gonna keep it going. Just get your foot in the door somewhere. It's gonna be all right. And it's just, and it gets hard. It does get really hard. It gets draining, and it's like you start to lose the motivation. You start to lose the confidence, and it's just like, nah, you can't do that. Like, your mindset has to be different. Like, what is it that Kobe said? Can you be like a different animal and the same beast, or the same animal but a different beast type thing? And then you just have to figure out what that means to you. You gotta be the same animal but a different beast. Man, having patience is not for the weak. I don't know anybody who has been weak and been patient. I couldn't do it. Like, you gotta be patient. Like, your time is coming. If that job you've been waiting on ain't happening for you fast enough, man, all right, stay on the grind for another job, but keep that one on top of the list. Just call in, like, hey, what's the verdict on the job? What's going on? Da 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 da. You gotta make the necessary calls. I think the one thing that people overlook is the process. You don't fall in love with the process of it. It's like, yeah, it's gonna get hard, but the process is gonna be your testimony. You're gonna show where you came from and what you did to get to where you are. It's not gonna happen by tomorrow. Everybody just wants to see results. Results don't come without the work. Results don't come without the work. And a lot of people fail to realize that. People only realize that the results is easy. The process is what is really hard. There's gonna be them days where you won't feel like you want to quit. And I think like the first the first sign of like personal growth is realizing that something needs to change in your mentality and something needs to change within your life and you want to do better for yourself. That's, for me, is the first step into personal growth. That's what it was for me, is just realizing like, yo, something got to give. You got to change something about the way that you're living. Whether it be health-wise or mentally-wise, knowledge-wise, pick up a new skill. Like, I ain't even trying to force this down nobody's throat. But I tell you, when I joined this company that I work with now, it was a decision for me. Because why? Honestly, schools weren't going to teach me this. I had to go out and learn this on my own. Schools should be teaching this and teaching us how to survive, to be honest with you. They're teaching us the basics, but honestly, it's like, teach me how to balance a checkbook. Teach me about credit. Teach me about all this other stuff. That's what I should have been learning in like high school and how to survive in the world. But now that I'm at the age that I'm at, that's a nice car. That's a Porsche. But now that I'm at the age that I'm at, it's just like you get to the point to where it's like, okay, something's got to give. Like, pick up a new skill. Go pick up a few books. I hate reading with a passion, but you do what you got to do because it's necessary. You got to get to this point. Like, what is it? Even with, like, when it comes, like, I was terrible at JUCO. Terrible in my classes at JUCO. I had to finally realize, like, yo, like, you really got to sit down and do the work. It was irritating because you're going back through general education after you just got done doing general education in high school. So that's the only part that I found irritating, but it was necessary to get to where I needed to go. Now I'm back. Now I'm here 2 years later, about to get my bachelor's degree. So it's like you have to fall in love with the process of everything. You have to keep yourself motivated. Fall in love with the grind. Everything's a grind. It don't have to be in just sports. It can be in your job. It could be with your family. Like, y'all trying to upgrade. You do what you gotta do to survive. But when you're doing what you gotta do to survive, make sure you put the best foot forward and go get whatever you've been chasing. It'll be worth it at the end of the day.